नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Srila Prabhupada ki. So very interestingly, okay, let me share the sound. I didn't share the sound. Anybody remembers? Anybody recognizes that lady? Okay, I'll show now. You won't know, but she is actually a sensation in social media. People think you have to be young, beautiful, or do something very weird to become popular in social media. But unlike that, it's called Tales by Granny. She calls herself Patti, right? Whatever, like grandmother. And she shared some very valuable lessons. So this was shared in the Instagram handle that she has, and I'll just play it for all of you. Please keep your mobile in silent if possible. Take a minute to do that. It distracts not just you, but others also. So if you are ready, let's hear this. Sorry. Something technical glitch. Hold on. Let me go back.
This means birth again enter into the mother's womb. How many sufferings we have to face in this world? Oh Lord, kindly make us to grade this ocean and take shelter in you. Mother Govinda.
How many of you have heard this? He's saying no, huh? You've not heard, huh? It's who has not heard? Some of you have not heard. Okay, interesting. I'm saying not her rendition, especially, but this is one of the most popular compositions, which probably all of us Indians would be very familiar with, written by Sankaracharya, Adi Sankaracharya, called Bhaja Govindam. So this lines which he is reciting at a very ripe age is something which is very powerful. So you can repeat if you don't know the same thing which he has sung, and that is the basic discussion that we are having on Thanksgiving. So you can repeat. Punarapi jananam. Sorry. Punarapi jananam. Punarapi maranam. Punarapi janani jathare sayanam. Iha samsare bahudustare. Iha samsare bahudustare. Who knows the last line? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm? Kripaya pare, pahi murare. Kripaya pare, pahi murare. Punarapi jananam. Punarapi maranam. Punarapi janani jathare sayanam. Iha samsare bahudustare. Iha samsare bahudustare. Kripaya pare, pahi murare. Very beautiful. Actually, the Sanskrit is very easy. It's not difficult. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Punah is again. Api, punarapi jananam. Again we have to take birth, again we have to die. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Punarapi janani jathare sayanam. Again we have to enter into the womb of a mother and sleep there. Punarapi janani jathare sayanam. Iha samsare. Oh, this samsara, the cycle of birth and death. Bahudustare. Very difficult. Insurmountable. Iha samsare bahudustare. Pahi, what is that? Kripaya pare, pahi murare. Kripaya pare. Only by the compassion of the Lord we can cross over this. Actually, this sums up our life. On this day of Thanksgiving, because we are starting with Thanksgiving, we should have gratitude to so many things in life. We may be having gratitude to have a good family. We may be having gratitude to having parents. Ask people who don't have parents how difficult that is. Sometimes we take it granted, especially children in this country. They get some kind of different understanding and values. They don't value. But ask a person who's anath, who doesn't have his parents, how important it is to have parents. Like that, we can have so much of gratitude to so many things in life. But actually, the real gratitude that we should have is for the Lord, because of whose blessings we've got so many things in life. But unfortunately, we don't even take a moment to reflect or to meditate how many things I'm blessed with. We complain about small little things in our life. I remember growing up, my father used to have frequent transfers, so we used to keep traveling to different places. Tell me, raise your hands if you have seen a big, gigantic concrete construction meant for storing water. Okay, others you have not seen what I am talking about. You've seen, no? You can raise your hands. You will get prasadam. Nothing will happen by raising hands. So, and I don't want to mention the city. What happened was our house was very next to that water tank. And apparently that water tank is one of one of the many water tanks in the town which supplies the water to every household. And because of poor construction, that water tank fell down. It happens, right, in India. You would have heard such stories. Flyovers, they get crushed. The apartments, they fall apart. So this that water tank fell down. And because of that, forget about the water loss, that's not much. But the damage that it can create if there are people around or nearby is severe. It's colossal. Interestingly, there is a person in the morning who came to meet me. He said, I'm very grateful to the Lord that some mobile that he was planning to buy, the prices have gone down and it is available for sale. We have so many different understandings of life, what we should be grateful to. One simple thing, we should be very much grateful to the rain. Interestingly, in Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Annad bhavanti bhutani. Do we subsist on mobile phone or we subsist on food grains? What is important? Imagine if there is no mobile for a few days. Maybe life is difficult without mobile phone. But if there is no food for a few days, what will happen? If I say also now there is no feast, we just take whatever you are hearing, that is feast for you, go back home. Half of the people may get up and go right now, who knows? But the point is there is feast. Radha Damodar temple, you will not go empty stomach for sure. But then Krishna says, Annad bhavanti bhutani, parjanyad anna sambhavo. By rain, this grain is possible. But how much we are grateful to getting the rain in our life. And I was talking about that concrete water tank. Look at the beautiful creation of the Lord, where these clouds are formed by the Lord. There is no support, but it never falls down. It pours. The rain, when it is required, it pours. And that rain is so important in our life, because we get grains from that. Like that, if we look in life, we will be indebted to so many things. So many things. But as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, who are extremely fortunate that we have been given this path of devotion, how much we should be grateful to Srila Prabhupada. Who knows the verse? The most fortunate man is he who gets Guru Krishna. What is the first line? Can we all repeat? Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. Guru Krishna Prasad Paye Bhakti Lata Bij. Brahmanda, this universe, people are wandering. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. From India to Africa, from Africa to, nobody goes to Africa, sorry, India to America, America to Australia, Australia to Singapore, Singapore to Malaysia. Somewhere, or if not this, then planet Earth to moon, somewhere they're traveling, wandering, yahan, wahan, kahan muh dalte hain. Kahin to milega humko sukh. Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jeev. Very rare, fortunate soul. So many people come to temple. Some random this thing, we can't blame them because they don't know, complete ignorance. No culture of gratitude for a devotee who's spending time, who's explaining this transcendental knowledge, this temple, devotee, Lord, no gratitude. And in Bhagavatam it is mentioned in Kali Yuga why people don't take up to spirituality, why they find it difficult. And there are two reasons which are given. Okay, by the way, there is always some quiz at the end of the talk. And those who answer it correctly, they will get, I forgot your name. What is your name? You were very good in that day when we were having the slokas memorizing. What's your name? Lasya. Where is your mom? Okay. That's why I was not able to look at you. Okay. So she was very good in memorizing those 5 things. I don't know if you remember those. Do you remember between both of you? Or you forgot it? I'll not ask, don't worry. But now whatever we are going to discuss, I will ask. So there are 2 things why people in Kali Yuga don't take up to this path of devotion, especially kids. You are more attentive than the elders. So including, she's saying yes, this chota bacha. So anyway, pay attention. First thing is, people are not having gratitude in their heart. When people lack gratitude in life, they can't take up to the spirituality. And the second thing is meager austerity. They can't take any austerity in life. You ask them to come and say, today is Ekadashi, you are supposed to fast from grains, you have to get up in the morning or something like that. People find it very difficult. Durapahi alpatapasa. This is what Bhagavatam says. No gratitude or less gratitude and cannot take austerity. Hence, they lack in spirituality. Only bodily comforts, bodily conceptions of life, and know what is the value of spirituality, spiritual knowledge. To an acharya, there is no value. So automatically, the kripa of bhakti also doesn't grow. So interestingly, Prabhupada, as I was mentioning, Kaun Bhagyavan Jeev, really very rare, extremely rare soul, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. The seed of bhakti one gets by very, very rare, great fortune. Yesterday or day before yesterday, we were talking how bhakti is rare, durlabha, sudurlabha. It's not easy. You can find some material prosperity, success, this thing, children, wife, husband. Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. But to get bhakti in the heart is not easy. Okay, you finish coughing, all of you. Then we will. Once it starts, it goes in a circle. So it's very rare to find someone who has got the mercy of Guru and Krishna. But this bhakti, when we get it, actually we should look back in our life. Those of us who have been practicing Krishna consciousness, so many things we take it granted. Maybe we are saying that the people in material world are suffering and going through miseries. We were also one of them. We were having so many challenges, so many bad habits, so many misunderstanding about the life. How grateful we should be to Srila Prabhupada. How grateful to be an acharya, painstakingly, what all he has done, how much sacrifice, how many obstacles, yet he has given us this Krishna consciousness. In a place like Shrewsbury, who would have known that we will get to hear Krishna Katha? It's only possible by the compassion of a spiritual master like Srila Prabhupada. So, but the interesting thing is, Bhaktilata, Bij, this Bij, some of us may have got by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, the seed of Bhakti, Bhaktilata. But the seed of Bhaktilata, where does it grow? किधर ग्रो होता है? आपका घर का गार्डन में या कहाँ पे? हाँ? In the heart. And before you put any seed in the field, there is a checking which has to be done about the field, how good the field is. Having the right seed is not enough. It is not everything. There is also our heart. How we have kept the heart is also very important. I don't know how many of you are familiar with farming. In Mysore, we have an organic farm, which is about 110 acres of land. Big, huge land. And there are a lot of things which grow. One of the things which they do, very, very interestingly, which when I had visited there, Jai Chaitanya Prabhu, who had come here, he is in charge of that. They bring some earthworms and they put it in the soil. That's all they do, apart from, because they don't put any fertilizer or anything of that sort. But they get some earthworms, some particular kind of earthworms, and they put it in the soil. Why do they do that? What do you think? Yes, Madhav? Yeah, they make the soil very loose. They eat and they go down, come up, or something they do. So the soil becomes fertile, suitable for the growth to happen. Something like that, even if we are fortunate, we have got this Bhaktilata Bij from the spiritual master, from Krishna, Guru Krishna Prasada Pai Bhaktilata Bij, we need to make our heart suitable for this creeper to grow. And making the heart suitable for the creeper to grow is one of the things is having gratitude in life. There are so many things we can complain about, but there are so many things we should be grateful of. If the heart doesn't have that gratitude is like that earthworm which helps the heart to become soft, to be able to appreciate things which are given to us. You won't believe, there are some scientists who are doing experiments, and there were 3 sections of people where this experiments was conducted. One section of people was asked to write every day the things that happened which they can classify as good and bad. So they wrote down some of the incidents that happened in their day-to-day life as good and bad. Some people wrote down only good things. These are the good things which happened in my life. And the third section of people, they wrote down things which happened for which they are grateful of. And after the study was conducted, they found that the thermostat has a setting where you have kept the temperature at a particular temperature. Similarly, our heart has got a natural setting for happiness. There may be ups and downs, but it will come down to that natural setting. And these experiments conducted by the scientists conclude that those people who are writing the great things or the good things, or they are grateful for the things that are happening in their life, have got a very high setting of natural happiness. Very high. Unfortunately, we don't count the blessings, and they are so important even to advance in spiritual life. How many things we are grateful of? I'll share a few examples. I've been going to a doctor for last few days, not few days, maybe like a few months. He was sharing something very interesting related to my stomach. I was going, so he was telling that, how many of us we are conscious of the fact that our mouth has got saliva, right? Our mouth has got saliva. So he was telling, there is the patient who was there before me, the previous patient, he has a problem where his mouth becomes dry. His mouth is always dry. I don't know if you can just visualize for a moment if your mouth is dry. Yeah, now whatever you're doing, you're trying to salivate your mouth to make it in a liquid. Imagine if there is no saliva that comes to your mouth. Very frustrating. You can't talk. There is no digestion possible. But we don't value these things. Our eyes, if they become dry, then it's a big problem. There is moisture, so it protects the eyes. Actually, if you do this simple experiment, right? If you just close your eyes, okay? You can close your eyes and think for a moment, what will happen to your life if your eyes or the vision is gone? Imagine, easily you're able to come to the temple, you parked your vehicle, you could take the staircase and you could come. You saw where Matajis or the female devotees are sitting, where the Prabhujis are sitting. But imagine if you don't have vision and you are coming, you're struggling, there are staircases, there are steps, there are ups and downs, you somehow come, somebody is guiding you to sit here, you're not able to see the beautiful form of the Lord, and you are here. Such a difficult thing. Or what if you become deaf? You're not able to hear anything. What if your hands are not working, or your leg is amputated, or something like that? But we never think how grateful we should be for having all these organs, having all this properly in our lives. So grateful we should be. Unfortunately, as Kali Yuga will progress, the gratitude in people's heart will diminish very fast. I see some people come first time and they'll be given some prasadam, plate of prasadam. Now somebody has cooked for it, somebody has planned for it, somebody has gone and brought the ingredients. With love and devotion, it has been cooked and it has been served there. Somebody who's coming for the first time, nothing, we don't want anything. At least that gratitude. Yes, I've been given this prasadam. People throw the plate somewhere, they keep the juice or some this thing, whatever has been made, and they will throw it here and there. All kinds of things people do. Why? Because there is no gratitude. They take it for granted. Especially Indians, they have this bad habit of taking everything granted. क्या है वो पंडित जी है ना, वो क्या बोल रहा है वो, सुनने के लिए भी इच्छा नहीं है. No gratitude in the heart. And when the gratitude is not there in the heart, everything becomes faulty. Everything has got some negative connotation. Slowly we lose value for bhakti. The rarest thing which we have been given, Guru Krishna Prasada Pai Bhaktilata Beach, that also becomes formality. No outpouring of the heart is coming because we are so engrossed in our own life and these things, and then heart becomes hard. Hard-hearted person cannot practice devotion. It's impossible. So it is very important to have this gratitude for the Lord, Sri Sri Radha Damodar. How wonderful opportunity has been given to all of us. Those of you who are living close by or nearby, you can come and render service. It is extremely rare. किसको मिलता है ऐसा opportunity कि आके भगवान का सेवा कर सके? And how much, this is when Sutta Goswami is being asked by the sages of Naimisharanya, Bhurini Bhuri Karmani Shrotabhyani Vibhagasaha Atasara Yat Sadho Yanatma suprasidati. Bhurini bhuri karmani shrotavyani vibhagasa. This Vedic scriptures has got so many branches, so confusing. Who will, if I tell you that, you find out, read Vedic scriptures and find out on your own what needs to be done, what is the goal of life, how to do, what should we do. Not easy. So they are asking, Bhurini bhuri karmani shrotavyani vibhagasaha yat sara samudhrutya. You have to ascertain and tell us for sure which is the most important thing. And Sutta Goswami says, Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje ahetukiya pratihata yenatma suprasidati. Savai pumsam paro dharmo. This is the highest duty. Savai pumsam, for all people. Paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje. If you get a chance to render devotional service to the Lord, adhokshaja. Why? Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje ahetukya pratihata. Two adjectives. It should be causeless, not with some motive. Okay, Lord, I am doing it, keep in mind and fulfill all my desires. Not required. The Lord knows. Ahetuki apratihata. Continuously. It shouldn't be checked, unchecked, continuously. Otherwise somebody comes every day at 8:20 to offer one lamp and goes. He can come little early, can do some service, can hear. Even hearing is a service. But it is very difficult. People do not have that ability to hear. There is no sense of urgency, there is no sense of understanding, and hence they suffer. Ahetuki apratihata yenatma suprasidati. If somebody does that little devotional service, guaranteed, these acharyas are telling, Sutta Goswami is telling, we will be satisfied from our heart. How much we should be grateful to Prabhupada, how much we should be grateful that this temple could come up, how much we should be grateful that there are beautiful deities who are available to accept our service. Even though we have so many contaminated things. Imagine if you are sitting next to a person who's stinking, wearing some socks which is old, or having some sweaty body which is stinking. It's very difficult to sit next to him. But the Lord doesn't see any of our stinking things. So many filthy things are filled in our heart. Still He is seeing whether this person has got that little inclination to engage in devotional service. Because He is seeing our bhava. He is seeing in what mood this person has come. Some people just do some artificially. But the real thing comes from within. Whether the person has that mood to do that devotional service. So, this beautiful lotus feet of Krishna should be our object of meditation. My life should not be, actually there is a verse in Bhagavatam, I don't have it here, but it says, what is the greatest loss of life? What is the greatest loss? What could be the greatest loss? What is the greatest loss? The pink t-shirt or whatever, specs. Go for it. I mean, there's this. You don't have to think so much. What is the loss? What is the greatest? Not recognizing what you have. Okay. Anything else? How many of you agree? Not recognizing what you have is the greatest loss. Good answer, but not the right answer which Bhagavatam gives. But very good try. Anything? What could be the greatest loss? Full of? Not chanting Harinam. Okay, that's also a very good answer. Bhagavatam is saying, if one moment is lost without remembrance of Vasudev, without remembrance of the Lord, that is the greatest loss. We may not understand this, but that is what is the greatest loss. How much time we waste in life, how much time we have been given with. But how much time do we remember? How much time do we spend in remembering the Lord? That is the greatest loss. So, beautiful deities are available and they are extremely merciful to accept our service. And we have been given this human body which is full, which is complete. There is no problem. If we look in our life, there are so many things we are blessed with. We have a body which is functional, working, and no such issue. So the only thing which is missing in our heart is, and this is one of the prayers by one of the devotees, is that we should pray to Lord Radha Damodar that please give me a grateful heart. Our heart, if it becomes grateful, then we can appreciate Lord's mercy in every situation of our life. But unfortunately, our heart is filled with all kinds of jealousy, envy, pride, no gratitude, nothing. So there is no this thing, naturally there is no question of devotion for someone else. We're at 8-4. Today also happens to be Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj's disappearance day. If you see closely in the altar, in the center, we have a picture of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, spiritual master of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. So he is the spiritual master of Prabhupada. Let us chant this prayer. You can repeat after me. Nama Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambhara Sambhode Padambujaye Te Namaha. We'll do 2 more times. Nama Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambhara Sambhode Padambujaye Te Namaha. One more time. So even if you have not chanted the first 2 times, here's the last chance. Chant this, very important. Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambhara Sambhode Padambujaye Te Namaha. Why we should be indebted to this previous acharyas? See, just now I was telling bhakti is very rare. And you know how this bhakti comes to us? Because there are acharyas like Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, or Bhakti Vinod Thakur, or Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. They preserve this bhakti in its most pristine form, in its most original, pure form in their hearts. That is how we are able to get this bhakti. Instruction of Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna to Arjuna 5,000 years back. But we are able to receive it because of the, how do you store data? What is the means of storing data? What is that? Memory, okay. Like computer data. If you have a large file, where do you store it? USB, okay. Hard drives, USB, all these things we are using for storing. This bhakti, how to engage in bhakti, it comes in the parampara. Prabhupada writes in one place, the culture of knowledge. Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki, Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. This pure devotees of the Lord, they preserve it in their heart in the most pristine form. And this parampara is that memory where it is stored. When this knowledge is received in the parampara, it acts. You can go to anywhere, any Tom, Dick and Harry, but it will not work. It's only when you come in the proper parampara that the message of Lord penetrates our hard heart, removes the layers of ignorance and gives that Krishna bhakti. So there is a culture of knowledge and there is this parampara. So when somebody is having that right mood, the heart is fertile, is having the right culture, understands what Vaishnava culture is, what Sadachara is, his heart becomes very soft, very easy for bhakti to grow. And we should be extremely indebted to these acharyas like Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, who preserved this in its pure form. We have 2 minutes. I'll just read few things about him from Prabhupada's lecture. Vedic literature, the meaning becomes revealed to a person who has got unflinching faith in God and the spiritual master. Just like Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he was illiterate, but he became the spiritual master of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami. So the purport of Vedic literature becomes revealed to a person who has got unflinching faith in God and spiritual master. Somebody who has, this is the secret, somebody who has got unflinching faith in God and spiritual master. The Vedic knowledge gets revealed. And the live example of that is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, who was an illiterate, but he had one disciple, and that is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the greatest Vedic scholar. How was it possible? Because he had implicit faith in God and his spiritual master. Spiritual science does not depend on one's academic education. I am a PhD, postdoc, hence I have got better chance to understand. No. You will be surprised to know that my grand spiritual master, my spiritual master, he was illiterate. And my spiritual master was the greatest learned scholar of his age. Now, how he became the disciple of an illiterate man? But Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, his name was Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, my spiritual master, my grand spiritual master. He was illiterate. But when you asked him some question, some intricate question of spiritual significance, he will answer you immediately, very nicely. We sing this song, Guru Vandana, what is it? Guru Puja song. The last 4 lines of that is, Haha Prabhu Koro Daya, Deha More Pada Chaya. Then, no. In that paragraph, Lokanath Lokera Jivana. Huh? That's the previous line, is it? What is that? Haha Prabhu Koroda. Actually, if the spiritual master bestows his mercy, all the imports of Vedic literature will be revealed in our heart. We don't have to worry. It's a fact. Very rare. It's not easy. You may have taken Diksha, but whether you are recipient of the mercy of spiritual master, that's another thing. And that is possible. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Jivana. Haha Prabhu Korodaya Deha More Padachaya Ebe Jas Gusutribhuvan. He's like the other day we were reading the purport of Kunti Maharani's prayer, unbounded and causeless mercy. Unbounded. Each one of us can get it. But who knows whether we are ready or not. We are not ready, unfortunately. The pious credits that we have got is not good enough to take up to this path of devotion. But if we become serious, if we become determined in this life, let this life be my last life. I don't want to suffer. Punarapi Jananam. Again we will chant and then we'll close. Oh, it's already 8:11. It's okay. Punarapi Jananam. Punarapi Maranam. Punarapi Janani Jathare Sayanam. Iha samsare bahudustare. Kripaya pare pahi murare. If you just meditate on these 4 lines, how difficult it is to enter into the mother's womb and lie down, sleep in that position, again take birth and again die. But it is possible. Pahi murare. What is that? Kripaya pare pahi murare. By Lord's mercy, we can cross over this cycle of birth and death. What great fortune we have. We have got this human body. What greater fortune we have. We have come in touch with a pure devotee. What greatest fortune we have. We have got a chance to engage in devotional service. But we don't value it. And it just goes away from our heart. So that gratitude is very important on this important day of Thanksgiving. On this important day of Ekadashi. On this important day of Srila Bhakti, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji disappearance day. Let us pray to the Lord. Let us pray to all our previous acharyas to have that grateful heart, so that we can appreciate Krishna's blessings and mercy in our life. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki.